Hello. Let's see if I can actually start this correctly. It's me, Martin, the DM. This is Dungeons and Dragons: Adventures of Muulgrov. This is whenever we can play D&D thing. These are just the recordings, uploads to YouTube, and then it's just there for reference. We don't really care who's listening. But hello. Currently, we have two players here. Would you like to introduce yourselves, guys?
100% not.
Okay.
Not
Well,
for that intro.
oh fuck you. Well, this is the one I'm using. Okay. We have Harry here, who's going to be rolling up a new character. It seems.
No!
No, it's Harry and Andrew right now. Unfortunately, Stacy's currently preoccupied with things, but she will be joining us later in the day, hopefully. And we've had some difficulties with Doug. Not that Doug's a difficult person, as in we've just been finding it difficult to schedule when he's also available because he's a busy boy. So because of that,
He doesn't live.
he's just said it's okay for you guys to play without me, and I was like, okay, well, henceforth we'll be until we come back for uni, we won't really be scheduling with him in mind. So that's that. And okay, guys,
No. I
I
miss him already.
I miss him too, but he's missed
No,
two
we only
sessions,
had
and he's
the.
not going to come back to any other ones for
He's
a
only
while.
been in the first session.
He's only been in the first session, but everyone loves him already. He'll be the Ashley Johnson.
Oh! I don't think anyone could be the Ashley Johnson.
If anyone can, it's him. Okay, so folks, shall we do a recap? Or you guys want to introduce who your characters are again, just for a refresher for everyone? Or
If he's Ashley Johnson, I'm Liam O'Brien. Alright, and I ain't no Liam O'Brien. Liam, not Liam.
well, you definitely ain't no Sam Riegel.
No one's a Sam Riegel. Sam Riegel is a treasure to this world.
Yeah, but no. As far as let's stop comparing ourselves to better people.
We're never gonna be as good as them.
We're never gonna be as famous as them. Okay. Sorry, sorry about
Famous
that.
doesn't matter, but
So, the party members we have currently available is Harry with his character Zorgar Meanscale, the red dragonborn sorcerer.
Meniscale.
What?
Meniscale.
It seems like mean.
No, it's Mena.
Reading it, it
It's
doesn't
based off
seem like.
many.
Then why don't you have his name as Many Scales?
Because then many scales are stupid.
Well,
So it's
Meniscales is
Meniscale.
just as stupid.
Well, shut up.
Okay,
It's
let me
my
put it
character.
like this: Mean Meme Gene.
What?
Gene, Gene. Mean.
Oh, that's that Gene.
Yeah.
I thought you just being about a random woman.
What? Okay, fuck this.
Like Billie Jean.
No, shut up. Okay, and finally, currently who are here is Andrew.
Hey.
A man of many words, as we can all
Yep.
attest to. The bard of the party, obviously.
It was the logical choice.
Raw charisma. I will let you guys know I have been having a few drinks, so if I'm a bit
Phew.
if I'm a bit
Martin,
sloshy, I'm sorry.
Drinking.
Oh, heavens to bet me, the good Christian boy. I'm not a Christian, but this is a Christian.
Why not?
This is a Christian game.
Deus Vult.
Hey, look, don't get my Normanus involvement tied into this. I will purge the heretics. Okay, so now that we've got all the fun parts out of the way, let's get to the real meat and potatoes of this game. So it's D&D. Would you guys like a recap from where we left off?
Yes.
Yeah, we did. I remember.
We did play a little while
went-
ago. I mean, I think it's been like over 3 weeks since we last played.
Ouch.
Yeah. Well, this sort of happens. But hopefully now that we're not including Doug, We are including Doug.
That's so mean.
Now that we're excluding that bitch, we'll hopefully be doing it a bit more regularly. But scheduling conflicts is a common occurrence. Okay, so from last we left off, the party had just escaped from the cave system beneath the bandit camp, where these strange chrysalid creatures had been feasting on the bandits and former adventurers who'd been sent to originally deal with the bandit problem. I've since done a picture of the creatures, but I probably won't. I don't know. Maybe I'll add the images in later. If I upload this, whatever. But these creatures, as you've now come to know them as Kuthrix, had been nesting underneath the nesting underground, and had been made aware of the people above them, and had then attacked, killed, and brought down many of the people from the camp. One of the people that they had brought down was a couple of the people they brought down were the adventurers sent to deal with the bandits, including Dart, a halfling fighter currently helping you out, or you've been helping escape, and Claudius Moonlight. Is it? I get his name wrong all the time, but Claudius, who went to 1v1 the Kuthric Hive Lord, succeeding, it seemed, when you discovered him, but to have then turned against you and began attacking you with fury and flame. You were able to defeat him, and after investigating his body, you discovered that he had been infected with some kind of parasite at the base of the neck. Dart, being emotional over the loss of a dear friend of hers, demanded that you destroy everything. And after walking down into, I remember this, walking down into another room, you noticed, there's a lot of eggs here. And there's a lot of creatures here. And then you back the fuck up out of there. It's just, that was a fun little moment. And then you then proceeded to go back down after night's rest, hidden in a rock tomb with a fantastic stealth check, which probably saved you from actually getting eaten alive. So congrats on that.
Yeah.
You went down into the egg chamber, where unfortunately
I did it.
through no one's fault of their own, aside from Zorgar, because fucking Zorgar.
It all went according to plan.
Yeah, he tripped over, knocked over the paladin, whose heavy armor clanged across the ground, attracting the attention of the creatures inside. What then pursued was a brief but fierce combat in the openings of the cave into the egg area, where the party nearly died again. The poor halfling taking severe injury yet again. And you were able to defeat the creatures inside and begin burning the eggs as the alarms of the creatures began to ring in the air as the sound of clicking and clacking of claw against stone began to echo throughout the cave system. You were able to do a significant amount of damage to the eggs until two hive guard emerged and released volatile streams of acid at all within the area. You were able to defeat them and make your escape outside of the cave through a skill check, which went very well. So congratulations on that. You then since got your horses, which thankfully haven't been eaten, and have since began heading back to the fort, where you are to report back to Silverdusk, captain of the fort. And we will pick up on you a few miles away from the fort. So currently,
During that few miles, sorry,
Yeah.
would we have healed them?
does anyone have any healing spells left?
Spells? No. Dice? Yes.
Okay. Um, I'll ask you this. Did you
Okay.
leave the thing at full pelt saying, fuck this, we're leaving? Or did you say, just casually stroll back?
I like to think that we casually strolled, but we probably didn't.
Yeah, that's the thing. So, since you bolted back, you don't get to recover any hit die, but you also don't encounter any trouble on your way back, as there's no one to attack. But
Okay.
so you're a few miles. You can see the fort within range. It's just beyond the horizon. The horses are tired, but they are carrying you their way. Uh, the pony carrying the two halflings, one with the bad leg, who's being very quiet on her journey back. There is Tregor leading up the charge back. He is also being somewhat quiet and thoughtful. You can't really see him because you can't see his face, but you can sense there is a level of concern and relief within his bodily gestures, but he's focused solely on returning his allies to the fort. So, is there anything you wish to do as you travel back, or shall we just continue to when you get to the fort?
Uh, sorry, I'm just reacquainting myself with the character. Won't be a second.
Kepley?
Uh, probably just pick up the fort.
Okay. Well, it doesn't take long. Um, like less than half an hour for you to arrive back at the fort. Uh, the the guards at the walls recognize you from your previous entrance and allow you access in. Um, you, as part of your training as members of the Brethren of Aid, you are meant to report to the fort captain as soon as possible. But I will let you decide what you wish to do now that you're back in the fort.
What time is it? Would you say roughly?
You were down there for at least 10 hours. It's about mid to late day. It's in the later half of the day, we'll say.
Okay.
The sun is not setting, but it's on its way.
All right.
In the fort, people are busy going and doing their general routines. The blacksmith hammering away at what appears to be a new set of spears. There's the smell of fresh bread from a bakery which you haven't yet seen before. I mean, you've only been in the town briefly, and there is the comforting sign of the Sleeping Lion Inn, as on which you pass on your way back to the stables to return your horses.
Okay. Uh. Dot and Draco S. You've all had a rough day. Can you drop the horses off and just make sure we're okay at the inn? Kelpie and I will go and report.
Um,
Of course, if
Tregor,
that's okay.
Tregor and S agree. They both look very tired themselves, though Dart insists that she comes with you to see the fort captain.
Okay.
So,
Onward.
so she joins you as you travel up to the garrison house. The horses are returned, you presume so. S and Traeger have gone off to one side and taken the horses with them, and you head directly to the fort. You can see now in daylight that Dart herself seems to have. She has the wounds that she had had underground are now more visible, and you can see that it must have been a very major ordeal being underground for so long, as she seems to be wincing at the light as she walks around, along with the pain from her leg. But she's gritting through it, and she's doing what she must. So, you wish to arrive at the fort, the garrison house?
Yes.
Halt! Who goes there? A guard at the door, not the same one as the one from the previous day, looking you up and down.
We are with the Brethren of Aid. We're here to report.
Understood. Jenkins, and it's one of the other guards to his side, nods and then enters in. Uh, Shortly after, Aldo returns, the half-orc and right-hand man of Captain. Well, hello. It's good to see you're alive. Hold on, how did I do his voice? It was a bit of a gruff guy. Yeah, a dirty old geezer. Dirty old geezer with a bit of a cockney. Oh, yeah. How's it going? It sounds Australian. Oh, it's good to see
Greetings.
you're alive. And he looks about the two of you. Where's the other two? Did they not make it?
They're at the inn.
Oh, good. And then as his eyes cross between you and Kepley, he then sees uh, it, just to the side is Dart. It's like, ah, could see someone made it. Give me a Dart. And it's just like, not now, Aldo. It's like, so your spirit's the same? Well, Sue will be happy to know that at least someone survived. You gotta tell us what the hell happened out there. Well, seriously, what the fuck? We have no idea what's happened. Come inside. Come inside. You guys need get the priest. These people need healing. He noticing the injuries that you all have. He sends for the priest to come and meet you inside. He guides you into the same room as before, where you met to discuss the plan for what was happening. So Suvu's currently out, but you can talk to me. Tell me. I need to know what's been going on out there. What
A hive has been burrowing.
hive?
Yes.
You mean like bees?
Bugs. Big ones.
Oh, oh. We haven't had. He thinks for a moment. We haven't had reports of those things in a while. Describe, what do these things look like?
Uh, sharp. Strong. Big.
So, just big bugs. Okay. You have such a way with words, Harry. It's beyond belief.
Hey, man.
It's fine. It's like, did they were they like mantis like, claws, teeth, something spit acid, that sort of thing?
Precisely. You've seen them before.
Fuck, they're back. We couple years ago we had an issue with these creatures. They'd come in from Muulgrov. They travelled underground. They burrowed in nearby some of the farming areas and when taking out the cattle. We thought we'd gone all of them, so if there's still some left, that's a fucking problem. How many
There's
were
something
there?
else.
Continue.
But
No.
no,
Speak.
I think it'd be better if the captain were to hear this straight away.
I'll send word for her as Darlington, come here. Oh, yes, sir. Guard who was walking past the doorway enters in. Get the captain. There's important information she must be made aware of. Post haste. And he says, yes, sir. And quickly darts out. She's somewhere around the outer walls. She's doing a little bit of her hunting. It's like, yes, sir. And goes out. That might take a little while. Suvu, she prefers to train outside of the walls, so sorry about this. It might take a little while, but yeah, she gets things done, so you can't really complain. But no, and his eyes just he's been trying to avoid doing it. He's been trying to avoid looking at Dart, but he can't stop but look at her and Dart, what the hell happened out there? And Dart just doesn't answer.
She's been through a
Eventually,
lot.
yeah. Eventually, eventually a priest arrives in old grey robes. A human male, rather old, definitely in his later years. Bald head, dark skin, grey beard. But you can tell by his priestly stature, by his adorned amulet to his adorned holy symbol to the mother that he wears around his neck. I was told that there were injuries needing healed. How may I be of assistance? So Aldo's like, oh, Hadva. Great. We've got one who's not doing so well. Couple of scrapes and yeah, can you just try to fix him up? And Dart says, my leg's probably broken. Oh, and that's a thanks for keeping that to yourself, Dart. Yeah, we've got a possible broken limb. Okay, and Hadver's like, oh, don't worry, I'll tend to it. And he begins doing some holy incantations, and then lays his hands along the wounds of those around them, and casts cure wounds at a high enough level that everyone's back up full hit points.
Whew. That's some mighty useful healing you have there.
It is the gift that the mother gave me. I actually have a picture of this guy if you want to see.
Sure.
So I'll put it in the group chat. As in by group chat, I mean
Discord
shit
or
posting.
Facebook?
Shit posting.
Shit posting.
It works. It gets the message across. So after the man tends to her injury, he looks back at Aldo and says, "I'm afraid um, I'm afraid the halfling will need more tentative care. She has damaged her leg, having continued to use it in such a way, in such a poor condition, and Dart says, "No, I'm fine," and just bats the priest's hands away as he tries to assist her on standing up. I'm fine. I don't need any help. I'm fine. I'm just going to my room. And she gets up and leaves the room to wherever she takes rest in the garrison house. Sorry about her. She's a strong spirit. No one else made it, did they? Your
No.
guys did, but
It was slaughter, to say the least.
well, at least we know. We can send some men.
Do you have any defenses you'd be able to put in place?
They don't attack larger settlements like they do. From what I remember of them, they tend to be more strike whoever's available, more of a hassle to people traveling up and down roads and farmers and cattle people. But uh, it's just knowing that they're there is just another fucking thing to add to the list of problems going on around here. But I'll let once the captain's here, and just as pretty much as he's saying it, Suvu marches into the room, says, "What has happened? I need to know what has happened. Have they returned?" And locks eyes with both you, Aldo, and Kepley. It's like, what happened?
Sit down.
Aldo says, before you get panicked, the rest of them are alive, they say. And Dart's here. She's just, it's not gone well for them. And Suvu takes a seat at the head of the table. Her body is pensive, and she's focused on whoever is about to speak next.
The bugs.
Bugs?
Yes, that's what we were facing were large, sharp, big, and strong bugs.
The Kulthrik? She looks at Aldo's like, afraid so. From what they've said, seems like they're back. So she grits her teeth a little behind her mouth and breathes in a sharp breath. Understood. They're back.
But when we got to the middle of this hive, we found presumably the king
You'd
or the queen.
yeah, you'd say from what you could gather is like it was a much larger version of the standard kind and was probably well, actually make a nature check.
Make a nature check. Let's have a look at my nature. Oof, that is an easy 8.
You don't know much about bugs, but yeah, there was a real big one that was dead. But you think it was
I roleplay
probably
that
important in some way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Carefully, if you want, you can also make a check.
Okay. One.
Natural.
Yeah. Can we roll?
Oh yeah, you have your halfling ability.
Yeah. Is that unlimited?
No, it's unlimited every time you roll a
Yeah.
one. But if you roll another one after this, you have to use the later roll.
Okay.
It's like you can't reroll every one. It's
That is 13.
from what you studied in your or read in tomes in your time studying at the Mezcabana uh, School of the Arcane. Yeah, bugs tend to have some form of society where they have one prominent figure and the rest to be sort of drones. And you'd say that the one that was dead would most likely resemble the closest thing to a queen or a hive lord as it would be. So, oh god, doggy.
Doggo wants some attention.
Yep.
Doggo want that love.
Them big
Doggo,
hugs.
doggo scared of hive lord. But you definitely piece together that this creature probably had a very significant role in the structure of the hive itself.
Okay.
So, what do you say?
It was dead, right? Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, it was dead and it had been began to being eaten by Claudius.
Charming.
It's a hive. You
Uh,
don't waste what you've got.
uh, well, as best as we could tell, the big one was dead, probably queen of some sort,
That's
and
good.
a fair number of their eggs, they were set on fire. No guarantee we got them all, though.
It's good news. It's very good news. They most likely would have retreated into other caverns deeper down. We may not hear from them again for a while, but we will at least know that they are still an active part of this. They are still somewhat active in the area.
Yes, but when we got to the chamber where the big one was,
Yes.
it was dead. So your team had done the job, ish. But the disturbing thing, which is why I had you called over, was that what was his name? Claudius. He seemed to be not himself. He seemed more like the bugs than a human or an elf, half elf.
He was human.
Oh, was he? Okay.
She looks at you somewhat confused by what you're saying. How do you mean, like the bugs?
I messaged him on Facebook, but there was no response, and merely clicking. And when he saw us, he flung spells. We had to kill him. And upon doing so, we found an incision on the back of his neck. Seems like something had been done to him.
She leans back in her chair and puts her hand and begins to stroke her snout in a bit of a pondering appearance. I will have Albin look into this. He'll probably have some time on these creatures. Thank you for bringing this information to me. And Claudius is no more.
We think. when we went past the chamber again, his body was not there.
You do remember
Perhaps
that?
moved or eaten.
Yeah. You do remember it had been moved into the egg chamber where it had been.
Oh, had it been moved to the egg chamber? Okay.
It had been starting to be chewed on. So,
Right. So yeah, okay. Yes.
all in all,
Perfect.
this wasn't a very pleasant encounter, and probably not a good end to Claudius. Hello?
Yep.
Sorry.
Yep.
Says, well, I thank you for coming and dealing with the problem so swiftly. Your allies, your other brethren of aid, fellows who are traveling with you, where are they now?
They're in the sleeping lion at the moment.
Understood. Well, we will
They
have
all have
them.
been.
I will have their quarter. I'll have the quarters of the former members rearranged to suit your needs.
Thank you.
There has been news whilst you've been away. Other brethren of aid have arrived to the summons, but seeing how you have dealt with the issue very promptly, uh, they will probably make up the ranks of those we have lost. It would probably be best if you met with them. There's two, a gnome and a dwarf. Kind of
Right.
message. I will have them meet with you once you have rested. It must have been a harrowing journey. The halfling makes that sound, and she's like, "Yes, I know, dear. It's so bad." But we'll have food and lodgings provided for you. You may stay here, but it will take a day or two to prepare proper living quarters. So for the time being, please continue to stay at the Sleeping Lion Inn. Uh, let let Tilda know we will be providing as per our previous agreement. Now rest, recuperate. We may have more pressing matters to deal with. Do not yet know. Thank you for your time. Is there anything else? She looks at both of you, Aldo and Kepley.
Is there a place where we could possibly get our equipment looked at?
Well, we can provide funds for repairs and whatnot. Are you requesting for changes? Like, do you wish more better arms and armament?
I personally don't particularly need them, but I'm thinking about the rest of our crew.
Well, if you require general supplies, mingle what goods is the best you will have. And if you're looking for arms and armor, you may speak with Olgren. He is the forge master here. He and his daughter work the forge. Olgren once was the. Mm, Olgren will take care of any of your general needs, as it were.
Okay. And what about not so general items?
Swords, shields.
Perhaps amulets or things of the sort. Anything here?
He may be able to craft such a things. His skill is quite. He's quite. But if you're looking for arms and armament, you're better speaking with his daughter. She works more closely with the garrison. She is a member herself. Her
Okay.
father Olgren works the general shop. She works the private forge. We will be able to provide some arms. So, yes.
Thank you.
With that, I will go about my times. You may speak with the other two members of the Brethren. They will likely see you again later at the Sleeping Lion Inn.
Okay.
Thank you for your time. And she
Thank you.
leaves the room. Aldo waits a moment. Thanks for getting Dart back. It's better someone back than nobody, you know. It's fine. So, yeah, if you're looking for arms armor, you want to speak with Olgren. If you're wanting, amulets, like I said, you might speak with Hadver. Hadver had at this time now had left along with Drazi to attend to his, and not Drazi, had to tend to Dart's wounds, even though she insisted that she did not need his help. Going to the temple, you might find some things of value there that might be of assistance. The only thing I'd suggest is possibly also speaking with Alban. He's the fort mage, and he makes
Where
sure.
can I find him?
He has his tower just a little bit down the road. If you're going by the forge, if you're going by Olgren's smithing house, it's the one right beside it, between the stables and his shop. It's not quite the tower he'd probably have wanted, but it's a tower nonetheless. So get what you're given. Just warning: if you do speak with him, he's a bit of a hoity-toity kind, so forgive him for his pompous shit, as it were. So
Okay.
I'll see you folks later. Gotta go sort out these rooms. And he leaves you, and it is now just the two of you. What do you wish to do?
Have an idea on where you want to go, Capley?
Mm. Is there a town library?
Make you you'd have to ask around to see, but you make a past perception check, just see if you can recall if you saw anything around the time.
That's D20, yeah.
Yeah, D20.
11.
You don't recall any place that you saw which was clearly a library of sorts, or anything that provided books properly, but you hazard the guess that if you were to look for anything in the terms of law or general books, law, you'd probably would wish to speak to the wizard, as from your background as a sage, you know wizards keep a lot of information because they are hoarders of knowledge. And if you're looking for general informations and the like, you're more likely wanting to go to Minglewart. Though books are somewhat rare,
Mm.
given the time period and whatnot.
Yeah.
But you can most likely find a tome or two which would have some form of useful information.
Right.
Well, I'm going to
Ish.
head to the Mage Tower.
Yeah.
How about you?
I will as well.
Okay. Well,
Onward.
you both head to the Tower of Alban Rignor. As you leave the garrison house and head towards the pathway, you see Hadver coming back into the fort house with some sort of remedies and ailments, medicinal devices to tend to the wound of the stubborn halfling. As he goes past you, you make your way, following the instructions of Aldo, down the road in between the smith house and stables, and there you can see it's a tower, you can say, but it's not very impressive one, to say the least. Kepley, you know from being a student at the Mezcabana School of the Arcane that this is a modest tower for a wizard. Nothing really to write home about. Well, it's a tower's a tower, you know. It's somewhat of a status symbol, but this isn't a status symbol you just blare out as, yeah, this is my tower. He's a modest wizard. But you arrive at the front of the tower. The tower itself is actually part of a lot of a smaller house and seems to have been built into the house that then goes upwards. It doesn't go over the walls of the fort, but it does come at level to it. So you could hazard the guess, if you're on the top floor of the fort, you could see what was going on at the wall level. So you're at the entrance to the house. There is a small gate outside. How do you wish to proceed?
Uh, I'll open the gate and just walk forth with gusto.
Roll for gusto. I don't know. Yes, you roll.
That's a 17.
You roll with such gusto that it impresses all who see you walk stride through. I don't know. I've never had to ask for a roll for gusto, so I don't know exactly how to describe your success at gusto. But nevertheless, you stride forward, reaching the front of the door, and you know anyone who saw you knew that man had some pretty good gusto. So now it's just the two of you at the front of the door. There is a little... Looking at the door itself, it's a wooden door with typical iron bars, a handle, and a knocker. And on the floor in front of you, you can see a welcome home mat that seems to have been made by someone who's not quite experienced in the ways of weaving, as it were.
Right. I'll knock on the door.
Hold on. Pardon me, what's that? You hear some clanging of things and like, don't you drop that? And it's like, I'm sorry, hold on, I'm getting to the door, sorry. And you have the door open to a little gnomish woman, not even really a woman, a gnomish girl, come and look at you like, hello, hi, this is a house of Master Alban. How may I be of assistance? This little gnomish girl with bright green eyes, a vibrant pink skin, and equally as vibrant pink hair, just shooting all across around her head, in little red robes of what you probably wouldn't know. Actually, make an Arcana check, Zorgar. Kepley would know this to be the robes of a wizard apprentice. So, because of your time as a sage.
Yep.
But yes, there's this little gnome girl barely reaching your knees, as it were, Zorgar, politely looking at you. How may I...
So, was that an Arcana check you wanted me to make?
Yeah, you can make an Arcana check if you
Yeah.
wish.
Well, I just rolled a natural 20.
Yeah, you've seen these robes before. These are from those elite magic users who seem to pride themselves on being officially licensed in the way that they learn their magic from these schools that people keep going on and on about. And this must be one of those little apprentices. So I don't know if you actually have any vitriol against the magical arts, but yeah. From what you know from people who speak about the magical elite, you'd say that, yeah, that's the impression people get. It's like, oh, it's a wizard. Great. So this is, she's,
Okay.
hi,
So
hi.
I'm gonna pass off to Kelpie. My acquaintance here, uh, wouldn't wanted to see something, possibly. And with
Uh,
that, I'm gonna keep quiet for a bit because I need to go for a quick second.
And with that, the Dragonborn sort of just fades into the mist, leaving the halfling with a somewhat confused gnomish girl.
he does that.
Interesting.
Yes.
Hi, I'm who are you? Who wishes to see the master?
My name is Kepley. I'm with the Brethren of Aid.
Brethren of Aid. Oh, I haven't. Oh, great. Oh, great, cool, nice. Sorry, we don't really get many visitors, but Brethren of Aid. That. Oh, is Dart okay? We heard that they went missing. Are they okay?
Oh, yes, Dart. A little worse for wear, but she'll make a recovery.
Okay, that's good. That's good. Sorry. I've not seen you before. Hi, I'm Betty. Betty Bing Betty Binglegem. She
Betty
puts out
Bingle
her
Jam.
hand. What?
I shake it.
Sorry. She
Pleasure.
shakes it. She clasps the other side of your hand and shakes quite vigorously. Like, nice to meet you. So you wish to see the master, was it?
Yes, I very much so.
Uh, I I I don't know what to say, but he doesn't tend to like sudden visitors. Maybe we could schedule something, or unless of course you're on official business, in which case you can come in because that's sort of the only time you can actually get in here for.
I see. Well, it's relating to official business in a manner.
Well, then that's all I need to hear. Master, you have visitors, official business, and not again with official bloody business. You hear that coming from somewhere up in the tower.
I
He's
chuckle a little bit.
he's a little grouchy. He hasn't got his red snapper his red snapper yet. It's been missing a little bit. So sorry.
Red Snapper.
Oh yeah, no, you not had the red snapper. Oh, it comes from this little town called Redroot. It's in the area. They have this river in that makes this fish, which red snapper. It's really nice. Um, sorry, the shipment's been late. I don't know. Sorry. Coming in. Would you like tea? Can I get you anything? Anything to drink? Anything to eat? I can whip something up.
Meat.
Okay, any particular kind? I mean, I'll see what we
Meat.
have. But okay. And you, Mr. Kepley, anything I can get you?
I'll pass. Thank you.
Okay, neat. I'm pretty sure we have some bacon somewhere. And she starts darting in. And it's like, oh, whoa, Master, they're with the Brethren of Aid. Please be nice. Don't tell me what to do. Ugh. And as she darts off into a kitchen, you see this thin man begin to descend from some staircases in his own red robes. Um, uh, he seems to pinch his nose and that girl, she's going to be the end of me. Yes, I am the magnificent Alban Rignor. How may I be of service to the great fort of Duskhole? And he says as he steps down steps down from the stairs, and it's like, I've not seen you folks before.
No, but we would like to have sort of a peruse, if you may.
A peruse.
A peruse.
I'm sorry, does this place look like a charity shop? I'm quite confused.
Do you want me to answer that question?
I'd love you to answer it, but I don't really want you to answer it. I don't know how to feel about this. Betty, why are these people here? She said, official business! What is your official business then?
Well,
Well,
my this good sir here would requires a bit of information. I
yeah.
would like to peruse.
We don't have anything to sell here.
No,
But I'm sure you have knowledge of things.
yes, we told you
He
if
needs knowledge.
we
I
want.
like to look at little trinkets.
Why is it always when it's official business, it's stupid business? Fine. If you're with the
A
brethren,
group of the
Andrew
Brethren
said-
Aid have just died.
Oh, and he stops for a moment.
This
Oh,
information could help us.
you should have led with that.
Could do.
My apologies. May I ask who it was who passed?
I don't know most of their names. One of them was a sorcerer by the name of Claudius. I don't know if you know that. The only survivor was a woman called Dart. Short, like this fellow.
He
Hey,
was, as you were saying, how he was in the midst of flicking through one of his tomes that he had, and when you said Claudius, you could see him physically pause for a moment and then continue on with his flipping through this page. You heard him go as
Yep.
you told him of his passing. So Dart's around. Wonderful. The idiot survives. Oh well. How exactly did they go? We can skip past the information trading between things if you wish, or we can continue role playing it if you wish.
They went, and then they are no more. What more is to be said?
Well, I was more hoping you could tell me how they went, as it were.
Well, Claudius. He died. I don't particularly know how he died, but he died a second time by me crushing his woodpile.
He has a look that goes from puzzled to alarmed to ready to possibly fight if need be. And why
Funny when you don't talk much.
why did you kill him?
he was being controlled, as best we could tell, by
Well, possibly not controlled, possibly just infected.
yes that, but by these creatures. The
Kruthrix, were they?
yes,
And when you say
I'm full.
Kuthric, he lets out a long groan. Ah, those fucking things are back! Of course, I told them you needed to burn the eggs, but no, we should have kept them. We had to keep them. I had to see what they did. Oh, wait, no, that was my idea. Fuck. Oh, God.
Well, in the cave that we were in, we burned all the eggs we saw.
Good.
Don't know if there were more.
Okay,
However,
come with
the
me.
big bug
Let
is
me
dead.
let me just. Betty, where the hell are you? And it's like, I'm making bacon. Why are you making bacon? It's the dragonborn man. I'll find it myself then. And he's like, I have a tome on these creatures. There was something I was studying whilst I was here. You say he was controlled, was it?
Yes.
Well, if I recall correctly, there was a thing about a farmer got too close to someone. Here it is. And he holds down a thin but heavy tome. Yes, and he flips through the pages. Well, Kuthrix. Here it is. Yes, one of the ways that Kuthrik are capable of reproducing is if they detect those of a magical uh, nature. That would include myself. They may lay eggs within the body that would grow into a new creature, ciphering off the magical essence and then hatching into a bigger problem. So it's a good thing you killed him, because Claudius would have been a real problem. Downfall.
He still was able to use magic.
Yes. From what I've read on them, they do have the ability. The parasite within, whilst it's still feeding on the creature, can command it. So to say, if he'd been infected, he was already dead. So that's some comfort, I think. At that point, Betty comes in with a big plate of bacon and says, "Are we talking about Claudius? How's Claudius doing?" It's like, oh no, this is going to be tough.
He's doing quite well, I should think.
Oh, here's your bacon, sir. And she stands on her tippy toes as much as she can to just give it to you.
Thank you. I check the plate.
It's a nice big old plate of bacon.
Nice big old plate of bacon. I like the sound of that. Can I make some pocket bacon?
Oh god. Yes, you can make some pocket bacon. Do you have any pockets?
No, I don't.
How can you make pocket bacon if you don't have no pockets?
I don't know.
You tried.
Anyway,
You failed.
I'll start eating.
So, yeah. Betty, you and I have to have a conversation about Claudius at a later time, okay? He's like, okay. Is there anything else I can do? And it's like, did you clean the dishes? Yes, I cleaned them after I cooked with them. Of course you did.
There's a dish here.
Like that. You finished already? It's like, oh, would you like some more? I can always make some more.
I would love to, but I don't think that would be quite polite.
If you cook any more, it'll be coming out of your bacon supplies. I'm more than happy to do it. It seems to be an interesting relationship between these two.
Right, well. Anyway, can someone perhaps show me to the perusing place?
What is it that you're looking for?
I have absolutely no idea. That's why it's perusing.
I have tomes on.
Not tomes, trinkets.
I don't have anything to sell. I already told you this. Oh bloody!
It's not to sell, I'd merely like to have a look.
I'm not selling you any of my equipment.
Again, it's not. I don't want to buy it.
You just want to look at my worldly possessions. Is that
At
it?
the moment, correct.
Why?
Say I have an interest.
Oh god, you're not going to be another Claudius, are you?
Why? What did Claudius do?
He did exactly what you said. He wanted to look at my stuff, and then that led to one thing and another. And okay, no, please leave now. Oh, he begins to massage his temples like. As soon as one idiot goes, another one takes its place. He's like, Betty pipes up. Alban, don't be so mean. It's Master. It's like, Master Alban. Is there anything?
Right. Well, if you're going to be uptight about this, the Kepley still needs to have some information.
So, and with that, he pirouettes 180 degrees and stomps his foot, leans down, and looks dead in your eyes, Kepley. What is it I can do for you, small one?
Yes, well, for a start, you could tell us more about these creatures we encountered.
The Kuthric? Well, shut up, Daxton! Daxton, stop it! Oh God, that bloody you reanimate one dog and it won't stop yapping.
Poor dog.
Betty, go deal with Baxton. Betty goes off to deal with the animated dog of some kind. So the Kuthric, yes, that dog is. I'm going to kill that dog again just because. Ugh. I hate him so much. Why did Betty tell me to bring him back? The Kuthric, yes, the Kuthric. What we know. Is he done? Oh no. The Kuthric. The Kuthric are insectoid creatures with a faint, primitive understanding. They work in a hive-like structure. They have a they have a they have a hive lord, as it is, large and more dominant male that commands most of the lesser females, as it were. They do have lesser males as well, but there is always a contents. There's always some form of a rivalry. You can't let the smaller men get too big, or else you've got another one possibly challenging you as Hive Lord. But yes, as far as the Kuthric, they're just a menace. To be honest, if we were aware of them, we can make preventions against them. They're underground dwellers. They have a primitive form of communication through clicks and clacking. It's rather annoying, and trying to communicate with them often leads to someone's face being eaten off. They're they're that kind of people.
I see. Well, we find a large dead one. Is there any guarantee? Like, how can we know that that was the one in charge?
Was it considerably larger than the rest of them?
It was.
Then that was the one that was in charge.
I see. And
We believe
What would
that
that-
Claudius killed that one.
yes,
And of course, Claudius would be the one to be the glory seeker and kill the big bad.
what does that mean for the hive?
Well, I would go for the hive. They'd probably go for the next largest male. But if Claudius had been infected, they would probably have been gestating, hoping that the more magically inclined one would hatch, and they would then nurture to become the next hive lord, as it were.
I see. So by killing Claudius, we've essentially removed.
Prevented an even larger problem.
I see.
So congratulations on that, I suppose.
Yes.
Oh God, I'm gonna have to mourn Claudius again. Ugh.
Again.
Long story. Don't get a sorcerer and a wizard drunk, okay? Weird stuff can happen. Thankfully, Hadva was there. Oh, God, what if he wasn't? Well, we now know what would have happened if he wasn't. Sorry. I don't deal with grief well.
Clearly.
Funny. But no, yes, how... If you prevent... And you... Did you say that you burned the eggs?
The majority of them, as far as we can tell.
That's good. They'll probably have to relocate, most likely further underground. So it's a problem that we thought we'd already dealt with once before, but clearly we hadn't. I've only gathered most of this information via conversations with others who are more practiced in the field. This tome I have is just a hand-me-down of some of the beasts and lore from nearby creatures, he says as he reclines into a chair, that tend to roam these lands, and some from the lands of Yorg, which the Kuthrik natively live in. They prefer hotter climates, near volcanic areas or deserts. They're they're not very...
Volcanic areas.
What?
Volcanic areas.
Well, volcanic areas in the sense of anywhere that's very warm. There have, I believe, there may be some in the Nephi region. I'm not sure, but it's little worry. They're just monsters. There's nothing else to say. Monstrous beasts. And Betty comes like, sorry about Baxter. He's calmed down now. Yeah. Why did I bring him back from the dead? So, yes, Betty. I believe, is there anything else I could do for you folks? Or
Yes. Apparently, you are lacking some red snappers.
oh, you shouldn't have mentioned the red snappers, Betty says under her breath. Yes, my red snappers, my good red snappers. They're the only thing that keep me sane around here. Yes, no.
Perhaps we could make an inquiry for you.
If you can get Minglewort off his fat ass to do something, I'd be most gracious. I may actually let you peruse some of my wares. Not saying I'm selling them.
Mingle what?
Minglewort, he's the pompous oaf who controls the local trade. Minglewort goods, you've probably seen it as his pig ugly face plastered all over the place. And you do recall that there was a image of a trade house just a ways from the garrison house, which did have the image of a smiling man just hanging on top in a like inn style, holding
Right.
grain and barley. Yeah, Mingle. He's a I hate that man.
Well, what does he like? What would you say?
Arse kisses.
Well,
Love is a fine art. He pretends to be a cultured man when really he's just some tosh who got lucky with some septums. Oh well.
okay, I have an idea.
Don't try to out-talk him. He's a bit of a... He may be a bloody fool, but he is a tactful businessman. But if you get him to do some red snapper work, I'd be very grateful. And you can just see a little bit of drool come down the side of his mouth as he stares longingly in the distance. Red snappers.
So where do red snappers come from?
He's comatose right now. He's not with
Okay.
you. Betty's like, oh, red snappers come from Red Root. They're it's a farming village. They have a they're right along the Redwater stream, which comes from the Ran Lake. It's something about the lake has magical properties. I don't know. I'm not fully sure myself. But that's what they claim. You know, someone's from Redroot if they have bright red hair, because it seems that more red more you eat from red root, the more red you get, which is funny. I'm surprised Albin hasn't turned completely red at this point. It's like he's still looking desperately into the distance. He seems to now be out a window. Red snappers.
Right.
The man has a problem.
I've tried to get him off it, but something about the fish he just loves. I don't know. Help? Okay. Well, I'll. If you could get some red snapper, that'd be very nice. Thank you. But yes, I'll tend to the master now. He's going to need some time to calm down. I suggest you leave before he comes out of his fugal state.
Right. Is that everything you needed, Kelpie?
I believe I have enough information for now.
Okay.
Okay, well, if you want anything else, just remember to knock on the door, ask for me, and always say it's official business.
Right. On.
Will do.
Okay, goodbye. And
Goodbye.
as the door closes, you hear red snuffer.
Right.
He's an odd man.
Dearly.
Yes. So yes, what would you like to do? It's now. It'll be. It's later in the day. The sun is. I'd say it's around about 6 o'clock. Roughly in the equivalent day-night cycle. For you guys currently.
Well, I'm going to have a quick peruse at the general goods.
Okay, Minglewalk goods.
Yep. You're welcome to come with me. You don't have to. You could go to the inn if you like.
Peruse as well.
Good.
What is it with you and perusing?
I find that the more you peruse, the more information you get about certain people.
Didn't work very well in there.
I think it works perfectly.
Sorry.
Uh-huh. Anyway, to the general goods.
So Minglewalk goods it is.
You like that character, don't you?
What?
You like him, don't you?
I love him. I love him and Betty. You don't know how someone's going to turn out until you just start doing them. No, that actually sounded kind of gross.
That was how Vasildan was made.
Oh god, filthy boy. So yes, you Minglewalk goods. On the you recognize it instantly as it has the name Minglewalk goods, and the image of a smiling fat man with barley and bread in his hands, going, "Oh, isn't it good to be alive?" Engraved in wood above the what do they call those plank things that hang on top, just in front of pubs and the like? Signs.
Signs.
Yeah.
Signs.
Signs. It's like, what are those things called? Signs. Oh yeah. But no, his sign, gently creaking in the wind. Day's getting on. The sun is still out for currently, but you can tell that the day is beginning to close. You enter into the goods store, and there you currently see two tenders, two clerks. Currently, one in discussion with another person another customer who is currently questioning about price of cord. Have you got any cord? I need some cord. And another is just looking through the tome, checking stock when you approach. Greetings. How may I help? Hello?
Coffee.
What? I thought you wanted to look.
Okay.
He looks oddly between the two of you, which is kind of difficult because one of you is above his line of sight and the other one's way down below it.
Yes. Do you have a list of items that you have for sale?
A catalogue? Yes, I can definitely provide. And
Whatever fancy word you want to call it, yes.
catalogue's the correct term, but okay.
Sure.
So let me just open up the tomes and see if we have anything. It takes them a minute or two to find what they're doing, and that time you can talk to each other whilst Martin actually finds the goddamn document.
That's Martin.
No, this Martin is not the general store clerk. Doug already made me into someone, and I hate it.
Did he?
Yeah, okay, we're not. I don't want an
Who was that?
entire world populated by me. He made it into part of his backstory. I can't
Oh
undo it.
no. That's brilliant.
Yeah, you can't all have me in your backstory.
You mean my backstory?
I'd love to be in your backstory.
Whoa there, matey.
Hey, you put up the offer.
Yeah. Okay. While they're getting the list, can I have a quick? Oh no, because you won't know, will you? So. No, I got nothing.
Okay, sorry. I actually have to find the book because the thing that I'm looking at currently
That's fine,
is
my dude.
useless. Do you have the player's handbook?
I can get it up.
Okay, it's just because there are things within the player's handbook. Basically, in the equipment section, you have access to everything as long as it does not cost 10 gold or above.
Cool.
But it also does not carry weapons, however, or
That's
armors.
fine. Equipment. It would be adventuring gear, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it's in equipment, wealth, coinage, selling treasure, armors and shields, weapons. It's adventuring gear, equipment packs, tools, and that like, and trade
Yeah.
goods.
Okay.
They do sell arrows if you need them, but seeing how we don't really care for arrows in this campaign, whatever. So they come up with a tome and it's like, here are all the inventoried goods that we have available. If there's anything in particular you'd like us to double check on, we may have certain things available. We have many things coming in and going. We sometimes have special things arrive. Mr. Minglewart is a very good businessman.
Right.
Is there anything else I can do for you, or shall I leave you to peruse?
Perusing is a great option.
Okay, well, I'll ask you to please move to one side whilst I tend to the customers who are coming in.
Right.
If you need anything, just tell me, and I will be more than happy to assist. Thank you. And she then, the person then goes on to speak with another person, talk about all the different, talk about supplies getting in and out for travel between a different area. I actually forgot to show you guys them, didn't I? Not the clerk, but Henry and oh fuck,
Betty in that one.
Betty and Alban. I will admit my Alban I might redo, but I'm happy with Betty. So yes,
Okay.
is there any? Okay, now I'm going to ask you as Martin the DM. Is there anything in particular you would like?
I thought he would be older. That's all I'm gonna.
Oh, you talking about Albin?
Yeah.
He's got stubble. Okay, that's something.
Okay.
I'm sorry that my age didn't really didn't show off how good it was.
Yeah.
Okay, well. So is there anything in particular that you're looking for in ways of purchasing and whatnot?
I.
Kepley, are you doing anything during this?
Uh, no, just browsing.
Yay, I'll roleplay all the browsing features we can do. Okay, well, what do you want? You want some ammunition? You want some arcane focuses, druidic focuses, holy symbols, or other adventuring gear? We can have an arquebus, a vial of acid. Oh no, wait, that's too expensive. Sorry, scratch the vial of acid.
Okay. Uh,
There is in regards to books, there is one or two made available. They are fiction books, but they are somewhat pricey in regards to
Hmm. Uh,
what- Sorry, I am. Okay.
sorry, it's just
That's fine. I'm ready.
okay. You ready? So, is there
Yeah,
anything in
I'll go.
particular?
Yeah, I'll go up. I'll go up to a.
Yes, may I help?
Do you sell caltrops?
Yes, we have some in stock. We have
Okay.
3 bags worth, if need be.
I'll take two.
Understood. Is there anything else I can sell
Uh,
to you?
2 bags of ball bearings.
We have only 1 bag of ball bearings, I'm afraid, but
1 bag of ball bearing then.
fine. Anything else?
Do you do holy symbols here?
Um, I'll double check on that. We do have, I think, basic ones.
Basic ones are okay.
Yes, no, we do. We have it for all the sanctioned gods, of course.
Okay. Could I get an amulet for flame?
Of course. And you from Niflheim?
Yes.
Hmm, I can tell. That's not as impressive now that I realize that you're a giant dragonborn of red skin. I sound like
Yeah.
an idiot. I'm talking out loud again, aren't I?
It's okay. Most people are idiots.
Good to know someone understands. I'll be with you in a moment. Oh, and she comes back with 1 bag of ball bearings, 2 bags of caltrops, and a small but effective amulet of the um of the flame, as it were.
Okay.
It's a little. What it is it's what looks like a crescent bowl, and from in the bowl is coming red fire. The metal itself seems to be some form of iron, but with some form of chemical mixed in and tinted, so that it does have the appearance of reds, orange, and yellows. So it does have a somewhat resemblance to an actual fire, but not a as clear and vivid as an actual flame would be.
Okay.
And is there anything else?
No, that's really all. Thank you. And how much
Okay,
would that?
That will
Plus three.
be, I think, 8 gold pieces.
8 gold I can do.
Let me double check.
It is 8 gold, yes.
No, that's what I'm double checking. I got confused. Caltrops. Yeah, 8 gold pieces. Is there anything I can do for you, uh, Mr. Halfling?
Do you sell any parchment?
Parchment?
Yes.
Yes, we do. We sell it for, well, we sell parchment and paper. Paper, we charge per sheet. Parchment is 1 silver per sheet, and paper is 2 silver per sheet. We also can provide oil, ink, and writing utensils if need be.
Uh, I'd say about 6 pieces of. Do you say parchment was 2 silver?
Parchment is 1 silver, paper is 2.
Right. I should take 6 pieces of parchment, please.
6 pieces of parchment.
Yep.
And would you require ink? We only have 2 bottles worth currently.
No, I am good for ink, thank you.
Pen?
No, I have a quill. I'm fine.
Splendid. Well, if that will be all, that will be 12 silver pieces, please.
Okay.
You hand over the silver, and he thanks you and is like, "Now, is there anything else I can do for you, or will that be all?"
That will be all. Thank you.
Splendid. And with that, she goes back to marking off the current things in their storage and retrieving the items that you had requested and providing them for you.
Don't
Yes.
forget to mark it down on your sheet.
I'm not tracking your equipment. God, fuck that.
No, I was talking to Andrew.
But
No, I wrote it down.
Good, good.
with that, if all your business is done, then what do you wish to do next?
Uh, I'll hail the woman.
Yes,
This place. Mingle what was it?
Minglewort Goods, named after
Right.
the illustrious adventurer Henry Minglewort, the owner of the establishment.
Illustrious.
Yes.
Right. Is there any more you can tell me about this illustrious Mingle what?
What isn't to say about the ever so adventurous, brave, dashing, and handsome Sir Minglewort?
Is this is the same amazing, dashing, and handsome as the one on the signs?
He has gained comfort in his years, you may say, but I can attest he was quite the dashing young man in his prime. Now he is a simple trader and provider of goods.
Very illustrious.
Yeah. If you do recall looking at the thing, though it was a fat man, he did seem to be wearing some very fine clothing and
Yeah, I remember.
yeah. But would
Anything you could tell me about him?
well, he adventured down into the southern kingdoms many a year ago, establishing some peaceful trades with between the region of Farlov and some of the southern kingdoms. He has trade routes running from here up to Brosniol, and in some areas he does business with many a people. He is quite the wonderful man. He is very good with business, I will attest, and pays well and takes care of his staff.
Very good. And how much is he paying you? If I may
Minimum
ask.
wage.
Minimum wage.
He is such a
Jeez.
wonderful and loving. Oh, so how we love him. Oh, so how we love him. You're beginning to think that she's been
Right.
told she has to say this instead of what she actually thinks.
Okay, so not yes, if what you're saying is a complete and utter lie.
She nods very hardly. She nods so much you think her head might come off.
Okay. Not yes again, if he's in the city.
Well, we're not in a city.
Town. Whatever.
Would you like to speak with such a wonderful, gracious carer of all goods and general provisions?
At one point, yes, but not quite yet.
Well,
See, I would like to make almost a trade deal with him.
you
But
wish to
don't
do
tell him this.
business? Understood. Please do not mention anything that I might have transgressed with you, please. I need this job.
Oh no, it's completely fine. I'm merely asking to see what his patrons think of him, as well as his staff.
If you wish to know someone who knows him very well, you may wish to speak to Tilda Stonemill. And you see as one of the other patron, a male clerk, has been trying to do business with another person, but has been constantly getting distracted by what's going on, and has just had to. I'm sorry. You shouldn't. You really shouldn't. Please don't. We may lose our job. Please.
Tilda Stonemill.
Yes, she runs the local inn. Franklin, they
I
need to
know,
know.
I know.
You know her. Good.
Yes.
She'll have many things to say about him.
Beautiful. And you do work here.
Yes, we
So
work
what
here.
you said about minimum wage, not yes, or not actually, not no. Shake your head no. If he is paying you under minimum wage,
He pays what we owed.
okay.
If we wish to discuss things of personal matters, we might wish to discuss them outside of business hours.
That's completely fine. I'm nearly done. One last thing.
Yes. The guy who's standing next to him is just staring daggers at this woman. It's like, Janet, you should not be doing this, for God's sake.
No, and I'll say one last thing again, and I'll message.
Yep.
Fuck, I forgot my question now.
Seems
I
like
will
Baxter's returned.
Yeah.
message. I don't have to say out loud, do I?
No, no, no. You just
'Cause it
point your
doesn't have
finger and
a-
it happens.
Yeah. Yep.
Ugh. I've got a terrible mind.
Why are you so afraid of losing your job?
Uh, let's talk over a drink.
Okay.
That's what you get hearing back in your head.
Yep. Hmm. And your name is?
I did just say it, didn't I? Oh god.
No.
I think Deborah. I said it in haste, but I completely forgot if I was using the right
Oh,
person.
I thought it was her saying that. No, you said Janet. You said Janet.
All right, yeah,
He went
Janet.
with her. Yeah.
Sorry. Yes, Janet. Pleasure to meet you, Mr.
Zorga.
Zorga.
Yes.
Lovely to make your acquaintance.
You too. I hope we could possibly become good friends.
Let's see how that drink goes first.
I'm talking about the the wart man. Nothing else.
Yes.
Possibly help you and your fellow staff.
Is there anything else I can do for you, Miss
Absolutely
Mingle?
not. That was
Okay. Have
absolutely
a good
amazing.
day.
Thank you very much. Yes. Oh,
Uh,
sleeping lion.
oh, yes.
When we'll be there until basically whenever you get off shift.
Splendid. And she, as you leave the door, she looks back at her partner, and you just hear, "Say anything, and you are dead." He's like, "Okay."
You
So.
see, Capley? Isn't it fun manipulating people?
Oh, you're just manipulating. That's what you're saying. You're not just talking now. You're just straight up fucking with them.
100%, yeah. I don't give a shit about no mingle what.
Well, you haven't actually met Minglewort yet.
No, I haven't. I'm still not gonna give a shit though.
Yeah.
Hang on. Yes. Is there anything you wanted to do, Kepler, before I head back? We head back, I guess.
No, I'm good.
Brilliant. To the sleeping lion. What time is it about now?
It's now. You entered at about 6. It took them about 30 minutes. It's about 6:30 after entering.
Okay, cool.
So it's getting to get in the evening.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm just keeping notes and making sure the questions that I want to ask.
Mhm.
So, anything unusual when we walk in? Everything the same?
No. Seems people are coming and going as per the norm. It's currently not the end of the workday for the common folk, so those who are in here are those of on guard who are members of the garrison whose shift has either ended for the day or hasn't begun yet, and are getting ready for a quick cap for the beginning. And the town drunkard who just continuously guzzles down as much ale as possible, also known as the landlady's son, Ethan.
Brilliant.
He's like,
That is information I am happy with.
Yeah.
Town drunkard.
no, I was just using colourful words. If you want to know actual information,
No, it's fine.
yeah.
I'm drunk.
I think
It's
you
good
need.
enough for me.
I think I need to be asking you to do more roles. I feel like I'm just
Rolls?
giving you information. You know. Yeah.
It's great.
Okay. But no, you enter in. Tilda says, "All right, welcome back. How you doing?"
Brilliant, Tilda. Thank you.
Right. Well, I'm just letting you know that big fella, Tregor, he's
Mhm.
gone up to bed. He's having a kip, and that elf lady, she took some berries and just went off and slept in the tree again. Don't know what's wrong with my beds. My beds are good.
Probably just because she's an elf.
Hmm. I don't like making assumptions of them they're fake folk, but uh, can't help. Can't say she's not feeding the stereotype. Anyway, how can I be of assistance for you? Hold on, let me guess.
Uh,
Meat.
that would be brilliant. I have just eaten though.
Hmm.
Uh, this man, on the other hand, has not eaten yet, so you probably want whatever it is. I'd probably just like some ale. Sit
Ale?
down for a bit. Been a long day. Well, alcohol. You know.
All right, all right. There were some other brethren of A that came by.
Yes, we had to talk to them in the morning.
Uh, fine, fine. I think one of them's in their room. The other one, where is that other one? I was like, he's over there. And you point and you see a dwarf who's got a mug of ale above his head, and he's just passed out drunk. Well,
Brilliant.
so ale and meat, and Mr. Kepley, was it?
Yes.
What can I get you, my love?
Mm. What do you have?
We have
Cheese and
porridge, oats, meat, eggs, chicken, meat, potatoes, some root vegetables, carrots, broccoli, that kind of thing,
Uh,
and
I'll have.
pies. One thing they were best at, pies.
What kind of pies?
Oh, darling. You know, we got meat pies, we got chicken pies, we got pork pies, we got veggie pies, we got fruit pies, we got cream pies. Oh, hold on. There's an actual food, right?
Yes.
Good. I just didn't want. Oh god. We have some tarts as well. So we do pies quite well around here. Apple pie as well. I used to be a baker. It was a lot of fun back then.
I'll have a pork pie, please.
Sure enough, you get yourself a pork pie.
Thank you.
Can I end the session now, just out of shame?
Sorry, what?
I just want to end the session because I'm so full of shame.
Why are you shamed?
I don't know. I just feel like
Because you said milk pie.
I didn't say that.
You said some kind of god awful pie.
Yeah. Oh,
Cream.
Fruit pie? I mean, who has fruit pie?
people with
Meat.
good taste do.
Steak!
Okay, you can have your steak and kidney pie.
Steak and ale! Alright, cool.
Okay, so yeah, no, there's you get your food, sit down, and that's about it for the day, unless you want to do anything else. Tilda serves you drinks as they come. You inform her of your prearranged agreement with Suva. Everything's pretty much sorted.
Tilda.
Yes, my love.
You seem like a woman that gets a lot of talking from the patrons. Are there any interesting rumors around that you know?
Oh God, there's none really. We don't really. We don't quite get many. Oh, God damn it! I'm going as Aussie. Righto, my lover. Well, we don't really get many rumors around here. There's always the talk about the gravekeeper being a necromancer. Holgren keeps going on about that, but none of it's true. Benjamin's a good boy. Don't drink much, but he's a good boy.
Right.
Have you heard the rumor of the best pie that there is?
No, I'm not quite fond of pastries.
You know now, I started liking you. Now I don't know how to feel. No, sorry.
Sorry, what
There's
was that?
there's not many ways of rumors. I'm afraid. I ain't one of
That's
those
completely
city
fine.
folk. What?
That's completely fine. Is Tell me what you... Give me a quick rundown about what you know of... What's his name? The Wart fellow.
Minglewart.
Waterton.
Minglewart. His actual
Yes,
name is
Mugglewart.
Minglewart.
Oh, I know, I'm just in character dissing him.
Okay.
I've got it down like 15 times on my sheet, on my notes.
Can't say that there's much I can talk about him.
Well, I've been told that you know quite a lot.
I don't know nothing about no person named Minglewort.
Fine. I think pies are pretty cool. Now,
Make a persuasion check.
what is my persuasion?
I don't know.
Okie
You need to
dokie.
know your fucking character sheet.
It's right. It's right. You can memorize it. It's fine. That is a 16. I rolled a 10.
Steak and ale.
But
Are you saying you would like a steak and ale pie?
100%.
Right. Ethan, you're manning the bar. Get me a keg. Right, and she drops everything that she's doing and sits right next to you. Pie me, point me, then fuck off. She she seems very forceful right now at the mention of Minglewort. Right, what do you want to know about that? What you want to know about that snake?
Bad things.
Oh, he's a fucking dodger. He's he came into town saying he wanted to start up a business, settle down, fall in love. Ended up leaving you with just 2 kids and doesn't even see him half the time. Isabella's like, are we talking about that again? No, Izzy, back off. You're not. Go to your room. You're not hearing any of this. Your ears are too soft for this. Right. So,
This went a different way.
look. Back when I was a mere pastry chef, when I was learning at the baker's, his dashing young man came in, Minglewort. He came giving promises of greatness and starting up a family business, a chain of brands. So we started the business together, and then Codger went and cheated on me 5 times, and now I've got the inn, he's got that shitty shack of his, and he and I don't speak ever again. He don't see my kids. I don't want him seeing my kids. Where's that pint? I
Right.
really need it now. I think I'm gonna cry. And Ethan comes like, it's okay, Mum. You don't need to talk about Dad again. It's like, oh, I need to talk about him. Oh, I need to talk about him, that fucking codger. Yeah, and you,
Oh.
as the evening goes on, you just hear a tirade of a ever more increasingly drunk and angry middle-aged woman ranting about her ex-husband.
So nothing of use.
Well, you do get a sense that this guy's a bit of a fucking bastard. Well, at least from her point of view. At some point during the day, some point during the evening, Janet comes in and joins in the sitting, orders a pint, orders a pie, and joins in the ranting at this shitty man.
Right.
Uh, it essentially becomes that point where two people just continuously bicker, continuously yell and complain about something without anyone really wanting to hear it, but they don't care, they're just saying it. It essentially devolves into that. Let me tell you another thing. That tooth, those teeth of his, they ain't real. He never had real teeth. He's a snake. He's a slug. He's got a slug for a tongue, I tell ya. And just like, he doesn't pay me a damn thing for all the work, all the extra hours I put in. Oh, you'll do better. And it's like, and instead he just tries to fondle me. It's like, I know, dear, you really shouldn't have joined in with him. It's like, I had no other choice. Dad went out of business. Oh God, yeah, because of him. It's like, I know. And these two women just continuously get on with each other. They essentially become of no use to you now. But I hope you've enjoyed that.
So I didn't manage to get any questions in.
Well, you can still try. I mean, the hour's not. They're
I
just.
mean, they're pretty far gone, aren't they?
Well, you can always try.
I will, because I'm trying to stall for time for Stacy to get here.
Okay, I don't know. I don't know where Stacy is. Okay, I'm sorry.
Fuck it, I'm gonna do it.
Yep.
Let me turn the page. So, ladies,
They both look up at you as they're midway through their 7th pint. Yeah.
I get the feeling that he's not very good to his staff. Any thoughts?
He just a fucking. He's
So
a
he pays minimum wage and then doesn't pay overtime.
minimum wage doesn't exist to him. A
How much
dime.
does he pay?
Just we have to we sign this goddamn contract. We put in X amount of hours, we get X amount of work done, but then we get paid this amount by doing this amount, but it always seems to disappear some paperwork. I don't know. It's frustrating. He's just difficult. He acts like a fucking idiot all the time, but he does pay me. He does pay me. That's the thing. I can't complain about it because he does do it. He just doesn't do it as much as he should be doing it.
So he doesn't pay you as much as on the contract.
It's always a loophole with him. Something like, oh yes, but we never said anything about weekends. He's pulled that one about 15 times now. And we always say, oh, but we need to have the contract amended. We'll amend the contract after next weekend.
Could I get possibly a copy of that? Maybe tomorrow or the next day.
Uh, uh, he holds all the official documentation.
He holds the official documentation. Okay. Uh,
It's
for any rumors about his escapades, Lane?
he just
He's just a fat, god awful man.
he's a fat slobbily git who charms his ways into the pants of women through promises of greatness, and then they realize the next morning, oh, they just had sex with him, and they're like, oh god, don't want to talk about that. No, we don't have a brothel here, but everyone knows you don't want your daughters around Minglewalt.
Okay.
But no, it's just been increasingly frustrating since the bloody shipment from Red Root hasn't come. He's been taking it out on us of all people. How are we supposed to stop traders from arriving at the times designated? I mean, can't account for the weather. You can't account for this. It's his fault. I mean, he demands
So the
so much.
Redwood
Huh?
aren't going to him either.
No. God, Red Root. Oh, don't get me on Red Root. It's Red Root. They supply us. They supply the fort, but Minglewart, he's been running thin on supplies. Like the last 2 shipments haven't arrived. I don't know why. And we've sent word, but we haven't gotten anything back.
Okay.
It's only a recent thing as well. Like,
You just did the last 2 shipments.
yeah. Well, there's like one was. They were meant to be one in the morning and one in the evening, but neither arrived.
So over the course of the day. That's completely fine. Last thing.
That's not fine for me. I have to take it out of my pay. I would be fucking. She's starting to go down into the trap of just complaining continuously about Minglewart.
Very last thing. Please bear with me. Why are you so afraid of losing your job?
I haven't got anywhere else to go.
And why is that?
Make a persuasion check.
Okay. Oh, it's a natural 3 plus, so 9 total.
I am not going to tell you my life story after just one drink.
1.
It's your right. Don't fucking care. I'm not. I don't want to get into
Tilda, how much does a drink cost you?
it. She drinks for free. Tonight you do. Ah, thanks, Tilda. It's all right, Janet. And she scruffs her hair a bit. And now getting into the stage of so drunk that they're just about to fall asleep.
Okay.
Room upstairs.
Yep.
Yep. Ethan, you hold down the place. I gotta sleep. She just She begins to. Tilda begins to stumble back to her room, somewhere in the bar. Whilst this has been happening, have you been wanting to do anything, Kepley?
No, I'm just listening to their ranting, horrified fascination.
Getting inspired, perchance?
No, I'm definitely not writing all this down.
No, not gonna repeat. Not gonna repeat what happened last time. Okay, it's fine. So, yeah, no, they. She's like, it's just life doesn't always go how you plan it, you know.
I know exactly what you mean.
Yes, to you, Dad. Takes one large swig and then just fucking plants her face on the desk. Yep, she's gone. Ethan picks up her arm and just it drops straight into the ground. I'll take her to her room. Izzy, you take care of everything whilst I'm doing this. It's like, yes, sure. And with that, both Janet and Tilda have gone to bed.
How much did the drink and steak and pie and shit cost me?
You still have it complimentary because of the captain.
Cool. That's what I like to hear.
Yeah.
If you keep telling me that, I'm gonna run them out of business.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll just head off to bed.
Yeah.
I got no more things to do.
Kepler, you wish to do anything?
No.
Okay.
Would I know roughly the direction of Niflheim?
It's east, definitely. East quite
Okay.
a ways.
I'll point east and up so that it doesn't get anyone random. I'll cast message and just say goodnight. Now I'll go to sleep.
Okay. You send it off into the rough
To the
direction
sky.
of east.
Yep, the rough direction of east in the sky.
Are we gonna be ending up? And it's gonna be like a. God, was it? Are they all point in the direction of the thing and then pray in that direction?
No, it's just him.
Just
As far as I know, anyway.
No, I'm just thinking of. God, is it Muslims that do that?
I think it's the Sikh.
As a Sikh. I honestly can't remember religious education.
Actually, I think it's both of them, to be honest.
Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, they all point in the same direction of the one location. Okay.
Yeah.
We're discussing religion, which is quite a good thing,
Yeah.
isn't it? Oh, God.
He
Let's
wasn't
stop
even
talking about
doing it
religion.
for
Let's stop
religion, but
talking
yeah,
about
sure.
religion. Okay. So,
No, we done it.
with that, you both go to bed. And is there anything you wish to do during the night, or
Sleep.
Kepley?
Sleep.
Okay. Well, I'm going to ask this to you guys now. Would you like to call it there because Stacy still hasn't come?
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
that'd be wise.
Okay. Well, that's a bit. It's fine. You've had some fun, had some roleplay.
Yeah.
But we definitely will need to arrange for the next time that we do get everything sorted.
Mm.
I will
I
let
thought it
you
was
know.
next Sunday. You said.
What?
I thought you said next Sunday.
What day is it today?
Friday.
Saturday. Nope, Friday.
Friday.
Okay. Well, let's plan for plan. Let's plan for Sunday. Okay.
Okay.
Next Sunday.
Yep.
Yep.
Okay. Well, I'm going to pause. I'm going to stop the recording, and then I'm going to go to the bathroom. So.